It has been a while since I have done a true full face get ready with me, and so I thought that's what we would do today. I am going to be using a mix of brand new products, products that I have loved for some time, and I've even thrown in a product that I feel like it's not for me, but I want to give it another shot. And as a part of all of this, I thought we would chat about what the heck is going on with my hair, and I would tell you about my most recent hair appointment. So I hope all of that sounds good to you. If it does, let's get into applying some makeup. Okay, guys, I am going to be using my Do Forever Winged Eye Masks today because we are going to be working with some especially shimmery eyeshadows. I am just grabbing some of my triple hyaluronic acid eye cream from Beauty Pie. I love this stuff. It's extremely hydrating and I think is great with these eye masks. Now I am going to take my winged eye masks. If you aren't familiar with these were a special limited edition release. They are designed to help you shape your wing based on this eye mask serving as a guide. Now you do have to kind of work with placement a little bit so that you can get the look that you want. I'm gonna slap these bad boys on, and then I'm gonna pin my hair back, which I meant to already do, but okay. So wings are on, pinning the bangs back, trying. This is gonna look really good. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that looks good like that. I am going to do brows. I almost never do brows on camera. I'm always just trying to like rush into the other stuff. I figure nobody wants to watch me do like boring brow work, but God, hair, what is happening? We'll get into that. So I am going to apply some of this Gimme Brow brow tint. I probably had my brows waxed and tinted, might be about a week and a half ago now. And so what happens is, mainly at the roots, they start to go blonde and the shape starts to get wonky. So the best thing is for me to switch over to a tinted eyebrow gel instead of just using a clear eyebrow gel. So I'm brushing that through, kind of going backwards, going the opposite direction that the hair is growing. And I don't actually feel like I need to apply this all over the hair. I'm not really necessarily trying to darken the entire eyebrow. I'm just trying to cover up the parts that are starting to show their true color, blonde. And if I feel like I didn't quite achieve getting all of the blonde sort of filled in or covered by that brow gel, then I do pull out my Glossier Brow Flick pen, and then I kind of just flick in where I need it, the look of my little hair-like strokes. So don't need a lot here. Let's get some eyeshadow primer on today. This is my Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. And just putting a couple of dots. And while I work this in with my KJH Spectrum collection brush, let's talk about my hair. So I went to the hairdresser this past week to get just a trim, just sort of clean up, and also color. Because my color has really changed a lot once I started getting into my late 40s, early 50s. And so I've been with this hairdresser for many, many years, and she remembers my hair from way back when, pre-children. And so I kind of can go into her and go, I want my old hair back. Like, I want my color back. She is a hair genius. I love her. But one of the things that we talked about during my last visit was that I was thinking about becoming a curly girl. I am actually already a bit of a curly girl. My hair, if I just let it air dry, not even with any product in it, looks very wavy. You can especially tell in the very, very back where, you know, I don't mess with it at all when it's drying, air drying. I was just talking to her about, like, I'm tired of fighting my hair. I'm tired of doing damage to my hair. Like, I really want to start wearing it curly again. I want to just like let it go, lean into, you know, what God gave me. Okay, so hold. We're going to get into the rest. We are going to go into eyeshadow now, and it is about darn time that we worked with the special shades in the next mothership in the lineup. This is Midnight Sun, which is where many of you will stop watching this video, because I know that this is not one of Pat McGrath Labs' most beloved palettes. I happen to really love this palette. I hope that you will stick around to see if maybe you should love it too. I wore this sweater today and this jewelry just for this look. If you're not familiar, this is the glory that is Midnight Sun. There we have those 4 special shades that are on the end. I love so many other shadows in this palette. Unlike Bronze Seduction, I don't think that there is a dud in the bunch. It is just a phenomenal palette, and I love, love, love the color story. So there's a closer up look at those special shades. Just kind of looking at the other colors here. I mean, this is this really deep, sort of ruddy brown. There's this fantastic army green. I even really love this matte, and that is probably the matte that we're going to start with today. First, I better clean all of this stuff off my hands before I make myself into a gigantic mess. I'm gonna grab a Shoda 03, and while I am whipping this shade through the crease, and it's my transition shade, I'm gonna continue the hair story. Okay, so one thing that I want to tell you, and we'll see if I'm able to tell you this kind of story while applying makeup. I don't know that I've really tried this before. But anyway, so first of all, what I want to tell you is that my hairdresser commented that my hair feels much thicker, which I was like, hallelujah, sweet Jesus. The only thing, you guys, that I have been doing differently to my hair is using my red light therapy device on my head. And I don't have the device that is made for your head, okay? I am talking about the device that fits on your face. And as I've mentioned in other videos, I wear that on my face, and then I sort of undo one of the straps and flip it up and literally just kind of, you know, push it back so that it's covering the top of my head. And I, you know, do that 10-minute cycle. And no lie, I have not made any dietary changes that could have impacted hair growth. I have not been using new products to grow hair. Got that through the crease, and now, gosh, you guys, this is so hard because we're picking next shade here. I mean, if you watch me, you know I'm like dying to put that purple. I'm dying to put that purple on my eyes, but I don't know. That's not really the vibe we're going for today. And so I am thinking about going with the sort of army green, but I am going to lay some of this really gray brown, gray black brown. I'm going to lay some of that shade in the outer corner, and I am going to use my Rephr 32. So that is what that looks like. And I'm just going to tap this in the outer corner. So, had a little combo with my hairstylist about wanting to become a curly girl, and I wanted to share with you guys what she shared with me. So I do not like to wear my bangs curly. I like to wear them, you know, sort of blown out and swoopy, but then they sort of like curl into the more curly, wavy sections on the sides. And so if I try to just blow dry my bangs so that I can blow them out the way that I want, of course I hit like a bunch of the other hair around the side. And then that means that, you know, on the sides over here, I'm not getting the effect that I want there. I asked her, so should I just blow dry my bangs and then re-wet the sides? And she said, absolutely not. She said that hair has a pH and that if you simply add water back onto your hair, that it's really not going to act the same as it does after you have finished shampooing and conditioning in the shower. So it's going to act different than like any hair that you don't re-wet. So she said not to do that. And she said to just make sure that I blow dry my bangs while the rest of my hair is sopping wet, and to select a product. She actually recommended the Color Wow product that is supposed to make your hair really shiny and glossy, and I'll post a picture of it here if I can get the name of it from her. She showed me, I didn't have my glasses on, so I was like, I don't know what you're showing me right now. To take something like that Color Wow and, I mean, really, really, really drench the hair with it. And then sort of lay to the side and sort of, you know, scrunch up and so on and so forth. Other tips that she gave me, I'm trying to think. She was also saying while it was really wet like that, like you can kind of like sort of twist your hair to, you know, get the curl to form. I did attempt this today. And this is going to be a bit of a journey that I can update you on progress and products as we go. But for today, I did blow dry my bangs out while my hair was wringing wet. And then I sort of, you know, let it scrunch up and sort of let the normal curl patterns come in. And then I took this full texturizing foam sort of mousse product from Living Proof. And this was just a matter of like, what did I have on hand? Okay, like just to start experimenting with this. So I will say for this, part of the reason that my hair looks the way it does, it's not really how I want it, is because this went a little too crunchy. So I definitely need to look into products that are not going to crunch out. I am going to now grab that green that is the star of the show. Oh shoot, that's not a special shade though. Ooh, but I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so this ended up going a little bit crunchy on me, and that means that once it really dried all the way, and I didn't use like a blow dryer and a diffuser, I just let it air dry. And sorry, I got into eyeshadow. So I just let it air dry, and then once it had dried and I saw that it was kind of crunchy, I sort of went in like to a waved section. Like I would pick a section that was fairly well defined in terms of the way it was waving, and I would sort of like pull it down like this, but try to just pick the section that was curled that way, right? So I wasn't mixing things together, and that kind of helped me get some of the bunch of crunch out of my hair. But it definitely also made the curls sort of separate more. So I think I will have, obviously, a lot better luck with a product that has a no crunch factor. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to check into the product that my hairdresser Holly recommended. And I am definitely going to have to get a new hair dryer that has a diffuser. If you can believe that I bought a hair dryer without one. Like, I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I need something with a diffuser, because obviously on work days where I have to go into the office, I can't just like hang out and let my hair air dry. Okay, so we are going to use both of these special shades here. Okay, so I've picked up some of this gold, and I am going to tap it over the green, kind of on this inner portion, this inner half, and I like that together. This is where we're going to get the most fallout for sure. Okay. I think that blended together really nice. And now I am going to grab this KJH Spectrum Collection brush that I often use in the inner corner. Oh gosh, how do I want to do this? Okay, wait. this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this shade for really the very inner corner, and then I might tap some of, let's just see how many weird ways I can do this. I am gonna do this in the inner corner, and then maybe tap some of this sparkly stuff like all over the lid. We'll see. Okay, so I've just picked some of this up on a brush and tapping that in the inner corner and swooping up a bit to where I laid down that crease shade. And it's sort of toning down the yellow here, and I think has helped sort of with that gradient effect. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and I'm gonna keep talking hair. I need to check out products that may work as I continue this hair journey, and I am hoping that as a result of doing this, I'll be able to get my hair to grow longer and it will continue to get thicker. And I can tell you right now, I am going to make a point of wearing my red light device on my head more than I have. Really, I think I could stand to use it, the device, period, like even on my face, more than I have. Sometimes it's just hard to remember to do it in the morning. So I'm looking at maybe incorporating it at night, because I have this really bad habit of getting onto the socials in the morning while I'm drinking my coffee and having a really hard time pulling myself away. And then I run out of time to wear that mask. Now, I know I could do my doom scrolling with the mask on, but I mean, it's really kind of hard to see what's on your phone, guys, if you've got that mask on. Let me grab that first brush that I used. I've started to just sort of throw things everywhere now, so you will see me doing more sort of hunting and pecking around. I want to make sure that this is nicely blended out. So this could stand to be blended a bit more. Okay, so let's get our glitter on. So again, the method is you just press your finger into the scattered light shadow, the twinkle dust, pick it up there, and I am just tapping it right in the middle. And I hope that you can see on camera the difference that that made. I mean, I can see in my mirrors, but okay. So this is just to add a little right there in the center. So let's pull the eye masks off and look at my deeply hydrated under eyes. I may need to do some work on the outer edges, but the best way for me to know that is to turn to my holy grail, the Endless Cacao pencil from Makeup Forever, and get some of that going on the lower lash line so that I will be able to tell if I've got the line right in the outer corner. Of course, you could do this with eyeshadow, and the color that I used on the crease would actually be really great for this. Now I am going to just line the top here with my Beauty Pie eyeliner that's in a very deep brown. And this is, of course, not a summer look at all, I'm aware, but this is the palette we're playing with today. Now we are going to do mascara. I am opening fresh tubes of mascara. Why is that so fun? I've got the Tower 28 Make Waves mascara. This is in the black, and then I have my bottom lash mascara from Clinique that I have to buy at Ulta because they don't sell this at Sephora. Hello. Uh-oh. I feel like I'm having more fallout. My little fairy dust is continuing to fall. So let's curl and do mascara. Before we get into complexion, just gonna say, not loving the way my skin is looking today. I think it looked a little bit better earlier, but right before I started filming, I ate something that was kind of spicy. And yeah, I feel like my skin like reacted to it. So it's going to be a true test of the coverage of this foundation. This is the Dior Stick Foundation that many, many people love. I believe I tested this during the colder months and kind of came to the conclusion that maybe colder months are not great for me to use this particular product. So I was going to wait and try it when it got warmer. And so it's time to try it. It's no surprise. I'm sure I have the the lightest shade. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub this in with my hands, but I'm going to really go lightly here because I kind of wonder if the reason I've had problems with this product is just going in too heavy immediately. So, going with the theory that I can build if I need to, I feel like the moisturizer that I'm wearing is pilling a little bit. I'm wearing this SK2 moisturizer here that I've got just in a mini size, but it's like, it's SK2, let's finish that up. But yeah, I feel like something's pilling. It's got to be the moisturizer. So with a product like this, as opposed to the type of foundation that I typically wear, it may also be that a reason that I'm not like crazy about it is because when I apply foundation, I like to just put it on my fingertips, do like this, and really just sort of pat it in so that I'm not like rubbing my face. And with a stick product, you almost, I feel like, have to rub your face. There's no there's no getting away. I mean, I don't know, maybe if I pulled out a sponge or a brush, I just haven't had a ton of luck with foundation brushes. Okay, so got some of that down, and I feel like it definitely took down some of the redness. I'm gonna go over here a little bit more. This is where things could go very badly. Just see how this does. I really should not have put it in my under eyes. Let's do this too. Hold on. I want to grab my N17 from Nikki LaRose and use the cream side of this. Just sort of curious. Oh yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Nope. I kind of feel like the whole like patting in versus rubbing is a mature skin thing. If you're a mature skinned woman watching this, please drop a comment. Let me know. Do you rub? Do you pat? Why? Okay, so foundation is on. Definitely don't love it right now in comparison to some of my other foundations, but this is what this is all about. And yeah, until I get everything on, it's too soon to judge. I am going to use my Givenchy Prisme Libre concealer. Some of that on the back of my hand. And then grab this great little brush from BK Beauty, the Angie Hot and Flashy collection. And I am just priming the brush by working that into the brush. And pressing into the inner corner and underneath here and out here. This is definitely a more hydrating product than the foundation I just applied. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But this is a great opportunity to modify the line at the outer edge. So I just wanted to round that out a little bit there. Some more. Now we are going to get into some of the new products. So if you watched my last video, then you know that I bought more cheek products than anyone can use at one time. And so I am going to pull out my brand new customized Hourglass Quad. I have been absolutely loving this. And I'm going to grab my Refer 05 brush and just go into the bronzer. Just kind of hit out here a bit. A little bit more, because this shade is really nice and light. If you have fair skin, I'll put the shade names below that I got for reference. But if you have fair skin, this is a great bronzer shade. And I love the blush in here too, so that'll be below. But we are going to use a different blush today because we have a newer product that I purchased that we haven't been able to test yet. So we got to do that. Okay, so there's that. We are going to use one of the new Say blushes that I picked up. This is not really one of their new ones, like the baked blush, but I did get this highlighting, sculpting blush in a color, and I cannot open the package, guys. Oh, there we go. So this is our blush today. What do we think? Yeah. I mean, I feel like if there is an eye look that it could work with, it has to be this one, right? So this was the perfect time to test this today. So it's got a shimmer to it, you can see, and yes, it is orangey. And here we go. So the key here is light hand, stippling, and knowing that we have purposely left powder for last so that we only powder where we need to powder, number one. and that if the determination is made that the blush has gone to crazy town, that we can sort of remedy that with some powder. You know, it looks like the blush is darker over here. I don't think that's it, guys. I think that's my skin. Like, I think there's just, I've got like some redness over here. If my redness could just be even, you know? I mean, if I'm gonna have a weird skin thing happening, if it could just happen evenly, that would be awesome. Okay, I do not think this looks crazy on me, but I will not know that until I get into editing. And even still, until you guys comment and go, yeah, that looks crazy on you. So that could still totally happen. Now we are going to add powder and lipstick. And I have my Givenchy Prisme Libre powder here. And I think I've got too much. So I'm gonna try to pat equally on each side. Kind of spread it out evenly. And so I'm just really getting the center of my face here. And now we must get the forehead. Oh. Yes, I did end up with powder everywhere. Yes, I did. And now I'm kind of use this to cut under here too. We really want to sculpt. I mean, geez. Okay, powder is done, and I think that just leaves lips. I'm gonna go and take these hair clips out, and with all the product in my hair, the hair clips, this is possibly like to, oh no. Yeah, that was probably not okay. I'm gonna have to work in hair clipping into my routine. Yeah. You know, everything is a learning process, right? Everything is a learning process. Oh, one thing that I did, I totally forgot to mention this, is just to try to get it to separate a little bit more. I did put some hair oil in it. I don't know how much that really helped. Okay, let's do lips. This is our final step. And this is one of the new Say Glossy Bounce lip oil bomb gloss things that I picked up. Excuse me. We are going to use this gloss today, since I did not use it in sort of my unboxing and try-on video. And I thought it would go nicely with this look. You know, honestly, if I were not focused on getting some testing in on this product that's new to my collection, I probably would have gone with, hold on, let me get this on so I can show you. I think this is a really beautiful product though. I don't know that this color is quite right for this look, but I really like the way it looks. It is really shiny. So what I was saying is that I would probably go with this lipstick. I'm gonna have to put the name on the screen somewhere because I can't remember right now what it's called, but it's this sort of brownie red from Merit, and I love this color. But again, this is very sort of fall, but it's a gorgeous lipstick. I love it. I like it. It's getting on too. That's how I feel. It's so glossy that it's Okay, guys, we are going to wrap this up here. This is the final look. Of course, we've got the old favorite on the eyes, the Mothership that is Midnight Sun. I absolutely love, love, love this eyeshadow palette, and wearing it with a brand new tube of the Tower 28 mascara. This tube will get better and better over the next 2 weeks. And as of right now, I'm not totally displeased with the way that the Dior foundation stick looks. I will definitely have to check that out as the day goes on. And I am kind of loving this orange blush with this look. I'm not going to call it peach. I'm going to call it orange. We're calling a spade a spade. So anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. I hope that if you are not subscribed, that you will consider subscribing and that you will give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel a lot. And I hope to see you next time. Bye.